Alright guys, we are at 298 subscribers. The giveaway is at 300. If you want to win one of these amazing prizes, comment under my last comic book pickups in Savannah video. Link will be in the description below. Thank you. Alright guys, we got some mail call. I don't know what's in these three, but we're going to check it out. Let's get to it.
And I'm first, I got golden rings, you ain't cold as me. On my worst day, I'm frozen dreams, big as overseas. Never quit like some anime, watch your noses bleed, cause I'm hot.
Yo guys, thank you. This is the D3 channel for 298 subscribers. We have jumped tremendously. I think I was stuck in maybe the 250s. I can't even remember, but we're at 298. We're 2 away from 300. 2 away from 300. But if you've seen the video in the beginning, of course you have, because I put it there in order for you to watch this. Be part of the 300. You can get you either a Bitter Root 1, an X-Men 266. I mean, the prizes just kind of speak for themselves. These are books that are hard to find. You're going to have to pay a hefty penny for them, but I'm giving them to you for the free. All you have to do is just subscribe and then comment under my last comic pickups in Savannah, Georgia. That video will be in the description below. But we have 3 boxes here from Mail Call. I'm excited to get to them. I can't remember what all these are. I know maybe one has 2 of them in them, but they're big keys. I got them for a reason, just a little MCU spec. I think honestly all of these are MCU spec. So I don't know. I may call this MCU mail call spec or MCU spec mail call maybe. I don't know. But let's get into it, guys. So we're gonna do the bottom one. We're gonna do the bottom one first. So I'm excited for this. I've been getting some the comments and just the love that you guys been sending. It's just crazy. My Marvel hip hop video has been going insane. If you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. Just scroll a little bit down on the channel. You will see it. You see I almost got 5,000 viewers looking at that and over almost 120 likes and maybe 3 likes. That is crazy. So thank you for checking out my product, my love for just these hip-hop comics just in general and everything. So I truly appreciate that. I'm just trying to build the channel and create it into what I want it to be and just something unique. You know, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm doing a new series called the Future MCU Spec series, where we just talk about just what the MCU might be cooking up. As you see in the video, first episode that I've done is Young Avengers and Champions, and just my spec on that and what the MCU might be cooking up with just the younger heroes and everything. So please check that out, because I think that's some good information and just good dialogue to have. Even if you don't agree and you disagree, tell me why you disagree. Tell me what you think the MCU might be doing and stuff like that, because you might be on something. It might be something that I didn't even realize. So let's get into this. I'm excited for this. I can't remember what these are exactly, but I know there was some stuff that I wanted to get just because you just never know with the MCU, and then just some books that are already pricey, you just get them at the right time and they just end up becoming, you know, you just end up getting them when it's right. You don't have to pay, you don't have to go, you don't have to pay a bunch or go for broke on these books. Sometimes it's just the right time when it just comes to certain books, and that's just all it really takes. And that's really just how I always end up getting my books. It's just that it's just the right time. I don't try to get them, you know, at the most craziest prices and everything, so like that, just because I have to have them. I kind of just wait in order to get them, and I end up just getting them. But all right, guys, this is, yeah, I'm super glad I got this book. This actually isn't bad. Actually, the sell on eBay definitely kind of did this a little, injustice on describing this, because this is actually kind of a mid-high grade, honestly. I mean, of course, I'm gonna get a few points deducted from the spine and everything, but other than that, this isn't bad. But I had to get this because of the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out, and we know that there's going to be just so many characters that's going to be in it, and who's to say that they won't bring Miss Felicia in there. So of course, Amazing Spider-Man 194, first appearance of Black Cat. I'm trying to get it with the glove. There we go. First appearance of Black Cat, as well as Amazing Spider-Man 195. Second appearance of Black Cat. Just absolutely just, I had to get these. As you know, when the first appearance goes through the roof, the second appearance is the one that usually takes after that and everything. And of course, newsstand. I don't know if this was if this one had a direct, but newsstands usually always go for the better price. But we're gonna take it out of the bag because this is the one that's gonna be the one to get. And so, if you've seen the grades on these, this is kind of a not, I wouldn't say underappreciated, but I think just because they haven't brought her into the MCU, a lot of people aren't really looking at her per se. But I honestly think that if you do it right and the MCU does it right, I truly believe that you can really bring in Black Cat and be, you know, kind of a love interest. And I think that would be kind of pretty hilarious with Tom Holland's Spider-Man and everything. But it definitely has a sticker here. I'm definitely going to have to try to get that off without damaging the book that much. But it's not, I mean, it's not bad, guys. I mean, if you look at that, it's really not that bad. It needs a press, but I have to try to get that sticker off without damaging the book that much. I believe I can do it. But as you see, the spine right there, it's really not that bad, guys. This isn't a bad buy, especially with a newsstand. There's the back, not bad at all. Definitely a press and clean would definitely get this in tip-top shape. The guys on eBay said that it was water damage, but I think really it's just wrinkly. I think some of the mist, humidity got to it and may have wrinkled it up a little bit. But other than that, you don't see the water damage at all. I mean, look at those pages. It's definitely off-white to white pages for sure, but it's not bad. I mean, look at those pages. They're not bad at all. I mean, you really don't see the water damage or anything like that he claimed. So I think really just a good press and clean would really get this book into shape. I'm going to send it to my third party presser, Slab Hub, to really get that sticker off, get it pressed and clean, get it all dolled up, and send it off to CGC to get graded. This is just a spec book that I just wanted to pick up just because we don't know who they're going to bring in as far as just MCU and everything. And even in the old Spider-Man movies, Black Cat was never in the movies, and she's kind of really an underappreciated character because she plays such an impact in Peter Parker's love life, personal life, and superhero life. Like, she's kind of not, sometimes she works on the good side, but usually she's one of those that just works for herself or works for somebody else. So we're gonna look at the second appearance as well. The second appearance is crisp. Like, this is insane. Like, I don't see any damage on the spine. Maybe just that one spine, small little cover break. But this is a high grade as well, I believe. And so I paid, I want to say in the hundreds. Not even, like literally 100 something. Like, it wasn't much for these. Like, I ended up scoring these. I don't even think I paid more than 150 for these. But that's what you get. You know, that's what I talk about when people want to know how do I get my keys and my books and how much do I pay and stuff like that. I just find the right price. Sometimes, like when it comes to certain books, yeah, I'll pay kind of the, you know, the money up there if I feel like it's deserving of that. But sometimes you just gotta just look on eBay and just search at the right time. And sometimes you'll just find key books and good books and stuff like that that are just low, surprisingly low. Like, I believe this bundle, because these two came together, they were sitting at maybe $70 for like 4 days. And then I just ended up just making a bid way higher toward, like, literally when the bid was about to end, and I got it for maybe, I think, 120 something, maybe 130 something or whatever. And so the first Black Cat and second appearance of Black Cat, because you know, if she gets spec'd into the new Spider-Man movie, and it can be, if they're doing multiverse, they might do a Felicia, you know, in the multiverse. or whatever. But I wouldn't, like, I just feel like the MCU may have something in store for Black Cat. And so that's definitely a Spider-Man character that just gets overlooked sometime. And so if you look at a 9.8, you'll see how pricey a 9.8 is. A 9.8 gets pretty pricey, but you know, even the low grades and stuff like that. So it's not that many high grades of this book, especially the first appearance, because of that black cover. And usually black covers from back then are so hard to get high grades in because they fade, that rub and everything. But look at the second appearance, guys. Look at that spine. Look how clean that spine is. Besides, like, somewhere right here, I think, or whatever. Look at that spine. That is a clean spine for it to be a 40-cent book. Look at that right there. Look how insane that is. And all he was talking about was water damage. Now, this is a director's cut, I believe. Usually when it has the slash on there, I think that's usually director's cut. But yeah, all he's talking about is just water damage. Like, he said water damage, but I think it's just the humidity just really got to it, and it just really wrinkled it and stuff like that. So I would really consider that water damage. Per se, I think this is more like just humidity just got to it and just got just got it wrinkled. But you can easily press this out. This definitely looks like an off-white to white as well and everything. And so yeah, this is a great buy on my part, for sure. This is definitely one that I keep in the collection and everything. And usually everything that I buy is definitely for the personal collection. I know some stuff, some collectors are like, you can't get it all and all stuff like that. And that's true. Some stuff I usually pass up on when it comes to just what I want in my collection and everything. But usually everything that I want is stuff that I want to keep for myself, because those are things that are they all have some sort of sentimental value when it comes to just how hard I work, the time that I put in to find these books and everything like that. So that was, that was the first and second appearance of Black Cat. So I'm so happy to have that in my collection, because I know that is a hard, not a hard, but just kind of a character that just gets overlooked sometime. And I think if they put her into the MCU, that book is gonna soar. And you kind of see, somewhat of a rise in her graded books. Because people are starting to think, well, if they're bringing back old characters from Spider-Man, who's to say that they won't introduce, Felicia in the new Spider-Man? They've never done it before, so I mean, why not? So I definitely would get her book if you haven't gotten it already. I'm telling you, you wouldn't regret it. Because if she comes, I'm telling you, though, the book is already a pricey book as it is. But to get the first and second appearance for under $150, yeah, perfect timing. That's all I can say when it comes to buying comics. You just gotta feel for the right time. It gotta be right to you. It gotta be right to what your finances, your bank account, and everything. Because you want to feel good when you get it. You don't want to look at your, bank account and like, I really could have waited on getting that book, and you instantly regret it, but you don't want to sell it or give it up because, sometimes people will buy a book for cheap and then sell it for 10 times more. And I've seen it. I've looked on eBay and it'll just sit there and stuff like that. I'm just like, well, yeah, what do you expect? Like, nobody's going to pay that much for that low grade book or condition of a book, depending on what it is. But this book, this is definitely 9.8 for sure. Definitely 9.8 for sure. I have to get my phone for this one because I want to make sure that I say what this book is correctly. But the moment I saw Loki last week, I instantly got on eBay, found this book for a great price, and just jumped on it. I want to say I paid for this, like not even $10. I want to say even less than that, but it's a newsstand. I'm glad I got it. This is Fantastic Four 273. Now, the significance, everybody's getting 272, but the spec for me is 273 because it's one of those, you know, kind of cameo to first appearances kind of thing. Sometimes the cameo goes for a lot than the first full appearance, but then sometimes the first full goes more than cameo. It depends on the book. It depends on the character. So 273 is the first full appearance and cover of Nathaniel Richards, origin of Kang Prime, specifically how he discovered the time-traveling research of his ancestors to travel to Egypt and become Rama Tut, who we see in the early Fantastic Four. And so, no, either Fantastic Four or Avengers. I want to say it's Fantastic Four, because Kang is in Avengers. This version of Kang was born in the 30th century and is a descendant of Nathaniel Richards. Nathaniel Richards, the father of Reed Richards, it inadvertently traveled into a parallel time stream while attempting to travel to the future. Centuries after this event occurred, his descendant would become Kang, was born and utilized the research of his ancestors to travel back to ancient Egypt and become Rama Tut. So this is kind of just one of those time traveling things where this book is the one to get. This is, if you know Kang the Conqueror, you know he is Reed Richards' father. And so I feel like this is the book to get. For sure. This is the book that everyone is kind of looking past because they want to get 272. But I think 273 is the one to get because this is the first full appearance and it's the origin of Kang. The origin of Kang. How it started, the time travel and everything. Because it's kind of crazy how it happens. But this ends up being the same person. This ends up being the Kang that becomes Rama Tut and eventually becomes Kang the Conqueror. But it's in so many different timelines, but this is the first Kang. And so I feel like because of that, this is the book to get. So I'm going to just look at the spine, guys. Just great book. Newsstand for sure, because we know Kang is coming. He's already been confirmed in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania by my boy from Lovecraft Country. You know he's going to kill it, guys. So it's a newsstand. I had to get this book. I think this is the book to get. Everyone is sleeping on this book right now. It's starting to get a rise because of Loki, but we know Kang is coming. And that's kind of one of the funny things about just the whole comic book game and everything. Because sometimes, like, we'll know that a character's coming, and the book still won't go go crazy. They'll wait until we get more evidence, then you'll start to see those books rise. But it won't just be the first appearance. Just like with Kang, I wouldn't be surprised if any version of Kang starts going up in price, because we know Young Avengers, like I said in my future MCU spec book, spec episode with Young Avengers and the Champions, we know that Iron Lad is Kang the Conqueror. That is a version of Kang the Conqueror. So I think any book that has a different version of Kang the Conqueror will start to see a rise. I'm telling you, because they can play, since we got the multiverse, we know if Kang is going to be the main villain for a while, then we're going to see multiple versions of Kang weaving together. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did something where they're kind of plotting all together to do this one big grand thing. So I don't know how the MCU is going to go, but that book is definitely the one to get. Just it's almost, I would say it's equivalent to first Rama Tut and first Kang the Conqueror, because this is the very first Kang. And so all those come from that. So I feel like Fantastic Four 273 is the book to get. That's just me. But if you disagree, comment below and let me know why you disagree. But if you agree, still comment below and let me know why you agree, because I think it's just it's a low spec book for real. And if he comes in the Loki finale, you can just say goodbye to Fantastic Four 272, 273, first Kang, first Rama Tut. Like, it's a done deal, because because he time travels, we know that he's going to be sprinkled into the multiverse and everything. We don't know which one we're going to see, which one we're going to get. And so those many versions of Kang are going to be the ones to get. So the last book, guys, especially if you stuck around and watched and just wanted to, you know, hear me just talk about future spec and everything, I appreciate you guys. Definitely like and subscribe, because liking this definitely helps the algorithm of YouTube spread my videos around to other people that just watch, you know, comic unboxings and just comic books in general. And so I appreciate you guys. Again, we are 298. We're 2 away from 300. I'm grateful for that. The fact that 300 people have subscribed to me just to hear me talk about comics and everything, I'm forever grateful for that. We're going to continue to build this thing up. Once I hit 300, I'm 700 away from 1,000. It's a lot. It's a tall order, but I think we can do it. I definitely think we can do it. As long as I'm consistent and you guys are consistent and we're producing great videos for everyone to enjoy, at the end of the day, you can't lose. That was my controller. Sorry for that. So we got this last box right here. And also I have, in a couple of weeks, I want to say, no, next week. Next week, I have a really big unboxing for you guys. Super excited for that one. Has to do with my boy, Black Panther. But, yeah, I'm excited for that one, guys. Alright, I'm just looking at this one, making sure I paid what I needed to pay for this. Definitely see, you know, a little slight spine tick on that yellow, but I think it's light enough to where it's not a color break. It needs a good press. But this is one of the books that I talked about in my future comic book spec. I talked about it, but I didn't even own a copy. I have a 9.6 of Young Avengers 1, the 2005, but I didn't have Young Avengers 1 Volume 2. So this is the first team appearance, well, unofficial team appearance of America Chavez, who we know is going to be in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Time, Kid Loki, who we seen in Loki last week. So the fact that he survived, I'm telling you, they're going to bring Kid Loki in. They're going to bring him in. Kate Bishop, who we know is going to be in the new Hawkeye show coming later on this year. Just this, I'm telling you, grab these books. Grab these books. This is what I was talking about. Like, it's just like little, because of the thing, I don't know, it's like somewhere over here, but the yellow is so light, I don't know if you can see it, and so maybe with a press or whatever, it'll completely disappear. I have to take it out the bag and look at it after this video and everything. But yeah, this is one of the books to grab, because I'm telling you, if you watch my spec and you think my spec is solid, you're going to want to get all 3 of those books. Champions 1, Young Avengers Volume 2, number 1, and Young Avengers Volume 1, number 1. So I'm telling you, they're going to pull from every single one and create a unique blend of Young Avengers where they're pulling from all of them, because there wouldn't be a reason that they wouldn't go that route with why are they making a Hawkeye with Kate Bishop when Kate Bishop has been on both Young Avengers teams? Why make a Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan TV show if you were going to pull maybe from the Champions and everything? So I'm telling you, grab these books, and especially with America Chavez. She's already part of the Ultimates. She's already part of Young Avengers number 1. So I'm telling you, they're making little teams here, and I really think they're going to be pulling from all 3. But that is it, guys, for this. I'm happy with my books. They came beautifully. I definitely wouldn't say the Fantastic Four and the Young Avengers 1, I definitely think is near mint. The both first appearance and second appearance of Black Cat, I definitely think is a high grade for sure. No doubt about it, with a press and a clean for sure. They definitely get high grades, no doubt in my mind about that. So I'm definitely happy for that. So definitely let me know what you guys are collecting. If you got some stuff back from CGC, what grades did you get? I love to hear those. I'm still waiting on my 3 big books from Slab Hub. CGC is just backed up, as you know, and they added more, I feel like, unnecessary things with the video games and stuff like that. But I know there's a market for that. Definitely those prestige video games from back in the day in the box and everything like that. Get that graded and all that. I understand it. So I just wish they would work faster on those turnaround times for sure, because we don't want to wait a year. So I sent my stuff out in April, I think. My stuff out, not from Slab Hub, you know, maybe in April, and they just now, maybe I want to say mid-June, mid to end June, finally got acknowledged by CGC, and it's in my profile. So it's going to be a while. I wouldn't be surprised if I get these towards the late of fall. You know what I mean? But I thank you guys for watching this. Definitely go and click on the description below. Comment on that, my last comment pickups from Savannah, Georgia, to get you eligible to win one of those amazing prizes for sure. And also click on that Twitch stream, guys. I'm doing D3 gaming over there. We're doing Knockout City. We've been doing some Rocket League, some Green Hell. Like, we just been having fun over there. So definitely go on there and subscribe to that. So I will see you guys later. Enjoy y'all's weekend. This video drops on a Friday. Remember, my videos come out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I appreciate you guys. See you guys later.